Good afternoon, folks. I took a break last week and come back again. Welcome to my episode number 13. My target is to do about 52 episode this year. Hope I'll get there soon. There are a lot of things in the market. The consumer debt had increased from 1.5 trillions to close to 8 trillion. The surge in interest rate will hit the housing affordability and soaring gas prices, grocery prices, and increase in the rent could affect the market. I'm not here to. These are the questions, and nobody has an answer. And no, I don't think anybody knows. I don't go by this economist who gives their prediction. Most of the time, their predictions have not come true. What we are going to discuss is forget about all these things. These are beyond our control. Today, I'm going to talk about how to prepare a borrower. If you are in the market, if you're looking, everybody, you guys, every one of you have a mortgage, whether it's a first-time home buyers or if you probably have a existing home, maybe buying your rental property. Most of the time, we are not prepared, right? So why to go far? And myself, I was not prepared. I was just looking for my documents. They were all over the place. I did not. It took about good 1.5 hours of my time to get organized and put everything in one folder. And I'm ready. And tomorrow, if I need any loan or any mortgage, I can send this information to anyone who wants it, whether it's banker or broker. I can send it within a seconds. So most of the time people are, all the experts are telling you, okay, before you buy, you get pre-approved and get to know how much you qualify, and that's the first thing you should do. And I used to say the same thing. Today I'm going to tell you, before doing the pre-approval, prepare yourself, which is very important. Prepare yourself, keep your documents in order. For example, I'm not telling you where to store it, what to store it, and it's all security reason. For the security reason, I can just share, either you have an offline wallet or store it in an external hard drive. You can just connect your hard drive or USD, something which is external, just store and keep it so that whenever you need it, you can just send it to your banker within no time. What do you need to apply for a mortgage? If you're salaried, keep your pay stubs, 2 years T4s, the recent 2 years T4s, recent 2 years T1 generals. If you're getting a bonus, overtime, incentives, keep those 2 years T1 generals and notice of assessment. These are your income documents. And also keep your lawyer information ready, void check ready. And if you already put an offer, send your banker or a broker the purchase agreement and a listing. So if you have all these documents ready, the quality of your work will give you the quality of the outcome. Your better documentation, better turnaround time, maybe better rate, and better solution. Your broker and bankers will love you if you're organized. And if you are a self-employed person, the same thing goes with the two borrowers, one salaried and one self-employed. So same rule applies. Just go with salaried income, which I already told you. If you're a self-employed or sole proprietor, you keep your recent 2 years T1 generals and recent 2 years notice of assessment. Rest of the documents which I told you before, your lawyer information, void check, and I forgot to tell earlier, Also, your down payment confirmation. That's where people spend most of the time. Keep the down payment confirmation ready with the 3 months bank statement. It's simple. If you say to your banker that you have $100,000 down payment to pay, prove it. Prove by giving them 3 months bank statement. Whether it's if you're first time home buyers, you can use $35,000 RRSPs, each applicant. And if you have TFSA, if you have any other savings, give them a 90 days statements. And if it's too overwhelming for you, there are other solutions. Speak to your broker, give him access to your bank account. He can get the documents without any issues. So keep this in mind, guys. Keep this 90 days bank statement ready before you apply for a pre-approval. And if you are incorporated, in addition to the documents which I told you for the sole proprietorship, your T1 recent 2 years T1 generals, recent 2 years notice of assessment. In addition to that, and down payment already spoken to you, work check and lawyer information, etc., etc. In addition to that, you keep your articles of incorporation and recent 2 years business financials. This is a 3-page, balance sheet. Take it from an accountant, keep it in a folder. So if you have a better documentation, you can get a better solution. So I'm going to walk you through a small presentation about how to prepare a borrower. All right. So just bear with me for a second. Let me open up the slide. I already told you about a documentation side, how you have to get prepared. And before, after getting organized with the documents, assess your financial situation. There are steps to take, and if you don't have, if you're short for a closing cost, there are some solutions. If you're short for, a down payment, there are some solutions. There are many solutions. Like, you probably short 40,000 or 30,000. There are ways to get the mortgages, and maybe like there are even like if you go through your bank statement, if you have a large deposits, then the blender needs the explanation for that large deposit. All right. And the second thing is keeping your spending under control. Do not, if you're in the market for a house, if you're looking for a house, don't buy the car. Don't lease the expensive car. And do not take any loans because that will increase your debt servicing to the higher levels. So it will become difficult for your broker and a banker to get you approved. And check your earnings before taxes and your outgoing, how much you're going to spend, your living expenses, and the amount you're paying for a loans, and your other obligations. You should have that number in your mind. And most of the time we get a request, oh, can you give me $100,000 more? Can you give me $200,000 more mortgage? My question to you then, yes, even if I could, do you think you can pay those debts in the mortgage? What happens if the rate goes up by 2 points? So these are the questions you have to answer by yourself, and live within your means and apply within your limits. And there are some exceptions I will talk about in the next slides, or maybe end of this my presentation. We will talk about it. And there is something called total housing cost. Okay, your overall housing cost per month should not exceed certain percentage of your gross income. Okay, that is called gross debt servicing, which means your shelter cost, your principal, interest, taxes, condo fees should not exceed certain percentage of your income. Even if it exceeds, there are some solutions. There are some various programs for various people. Speak to your banker again or your broker, and they might find a better solution for you. And there is another ratios we talk about is the TDSR, the total debt servicing ratio. That means your total your shelter cost, that is principal, interest, and taxes, plus your other liabilities, could be car loan, your credit card payments, or any other debts. You calculate and total it, and that should not exceed certain amount of your salary. So even if it exceeds, as I said before, there are some solutions. Speak to your banker or your mortgage broker. He will be able to find a better solution for you. And finally, I'll just close this my slide. I hope I can do it. Yeah. And finally, there are different programs for a self-employed people that um, many self-employed people, they don't declare enough income, and does not reflect their true earnings, because their gross income could be 200,000, but if you see a notice of assessment, $40,000. So doesn't mean that they don't qualify for a mortgage. There are ways to get the mortgage done for them. There are different programs, as I said, even as low as they can qualify with as low as 10% down payment. There are programs for the people who are on the work permit. I mean, a lot of times I get people calling, okay, I'm on a work permit. I don't think I get a mortgage. No, you can get a mortgage if you are on a work permit. And you can get, if it's a less than $500,000 mortgage, you can also get as low as 5% with the 5% down payment. All right. And if your purchase price is 900,000, it is the first 500 you have to pay 5% down payment, and 500 to 900, that is 400,000 additional amount, you have to come up with 10% down payment. That pushes the total minimum down payment requirement to 65,000 plus the closing cost. These are the things I thought I will share with you guys. But most important, prepare yourself. Keep your documentation ready. Your income documents, your down payment documents, your void check. Don't run last minute, and that will be very stressful. And that's all from today's week. Hope it is useful for you. I would like to listen to your comments. I would love to hear from you. If you like what I said, please write it down in your comments. I truly appreciate your help. Till then, enjoy your rest of the week. Have a nice weekend. I'm looking forward to see you next week, guys. Bye bye. Thank you.